Next up, we have 32, Attack of the Killer Queen from the Deltarune Chapter 2 soundtrack by Toby Fox. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here, musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member. Support this channel as much as you want, all that good stuff. Do not support this at your own expense, though. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this, so I will be pausing a lot, as I will be explaining things as I realize them or as I notice them. Number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take. So I might stumble upon my words. Whatever happens, happens. So with that being said, let's see what we got. Attack of the Killer Queen. Let's go. Okay, so we start with, what, 3 layers over here. We have the drums, we have the rhythm synth, and we have the melody synth. This is like the most straightforward ensemble that you can get. I like the retro vibes that Toby tends to use for his stuff. It's really cool. And we have, of course, the main synth, the melody, giving us the motif. Variations in the motif already, but the motif, of course, being the smallest version of your musical idea, the seed from which everything else comes from, the essence, right? So, it is very, it's a very, very cool motif, very fast, and we're basically just introduced the main components. Let's see where it goes. Okay, so let me go back a second. So we develop the melody a little bit, we go for a cadence, and we engage already. Within 10 seconds, we go off the ramp. So going off the ramp is a colloquial term that I use. Colloquial is just it just means that there is no academic term or anything like that, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of being able to get my point across. Going off the ramp is a way of transitioning in music to make the listener feel suspended, up in the air, at the mercy of inertia, waiting to see where you land. How do you do that? You remove the drums. Maybe the bass as well, which is precisely what happened here, which is going to bring us from what, in this case, is our intro, to whatever the next thing is. So let's see where it goes. Exact repetition of the motif, of the main melody. Exact repetition of the chords, of the rhythm. We add one more layer with a little bit of contrast in the chords, in the rhythm, and we add more complexity to the drums. Again, the amount of just importance and connotation, like the importance that the connotations of your drums have, insane. The Mirror by Dream Theater. Listen to that intro. In essence, same thing here. The Mirror by Dream Theater, the intro, the guitar is doing the exact same thing for 1 minute, and the rest of the ensemble changes, and it gets pretty difficult to believe that the lead guitar is still doing the exact same thing. Dream Theater counter, 100%. All right, let's see where this goes. Variation. Okay, so now we go to a variation. We're still using overall the same motif. We've just gotten rid of a couple of details, a couple of the extra details here, and we have engaged in a doubling. So wrong one. Let me just hide this. So a doubling is something that happens in orchestration / instrumentation, which is you have more than one instrument playing the same thing, just in their own range. And what is happening right now, we're having 2 instruments playing the same melody, just one in the middle range, one in the higher range. That alone adds drama. It just makes it more dramatic. And the melody itself is pretty dramatic. Very similar in essence to the motif, just there are a couple of less notes. Like, we just took away some of the notes. The overall shape is still there. Let's see where it goes. Yeah, repetition of melody. So yeah, another variation of the melody, but overall we are still using the same thing. I think in this case, we're mainly using the second half. The first time we were using mainly the first half. So like this this variation we had here was mainly the first half of the motif. Now we're engaging more on the second half of the motif, including a slide or a glissando up. So a slide slash glissando is something, I mean, you can emulate it in synths nowadays with the bend, with a bend, but basically it is when you take like a string, you press, like you have a guitar, you hold down on one fret, you play the string, and then you just slide up. That's that sound of just going up and up and up. Don't request songs, we're not taking live requests today. And yes, you pointed that out, considering that how literally the character of Queen puts emphasis on being dramatic. So yeah, like, I mean, Toby created the game. Toby knows the characters in and out. He is going to make sure that the that the drama, that the music fits the characters. So yes, we're having, and yes, glissandos, slides, those are very romantic era things. Like, they were very, very common in the Romantic period. Romantic period of music is from Beethoven all the way to like early Stravinsky that we have, which is extremely dramatic music. Like, this is when we get Chopin, Debussy, Liszt, Tchaikovsky. That's when we get all of these unbelievably just dramatic composers. Like, if you ever listen to a piece by Tchaikovsky, that guy knew drama. So yes, we're having these very insane melodies, but they're still part of the motif. So, oh, that just now that we had those like ba ba bum, that very brief but very much there, a tutti. Tutti is a more contemporary thing, mainly done in contemporary, like nowadays, ensembles, which just means the entire ensemble plays the same thing. And that's it. Everybody just played the same thing just now, accentuating. Really good. Really good. Really good. Let's see where it goes. Again, very good. There we go. So yeah, we're just developing the motif further. We are pretty much like, there hasn't been that much change in the drums or the chords. Like, the chords are just basically making sure that the melody is being driven smoothly. The big difference here has been that tutti. That alone just gives such a high contrast to the start. Yeah. Like, the melody is contrast, and like it's a difference, it's another variation of the melody, but we're still overall using the same motif. Let's see where this goes. Off the ramp. So we are still having those doublings done. We're off the ramp again, and we are just having that doubled melody, giving us another variation of the motif, which I think this one might be inverted. So an inversion is a way of developing a motif, which is when you have some sort of musical shape, you take it and you flip it upside down. That's what happens when you have it in a melody. Like, in harmony, it's a bit of a different concept. But yeah, basically, I think this is an inversion. of the motif, with a couple of like minor changes, like not as many notes in the trails and whatnot. But in general, this is a very, very creative way of adding even more contrast. And we also switched out the rhythm synth to a more almost piano sounding synth, which is pretty good for extra contrast. Let's see where this goes. Drums are back with the hi-hat. And we have both a piano and a harpsichord. I love the harpsichord. It just sounds so royal. And the harpsichord is what is one of the variations of the piano that we used to have before the piano existed. Like the piano as we know it nowadays, the pianoforte, that's the full name of the instrument, is what we know as piano. But before that, we used to have a different type of keyboard. One of those was the harpsichord, which is the other keyboard that is sounding right now, that as opposed to the piano that has a very complex mechanism of hammers that, you press down the key, and depending on how hard you press the key, the piano actually brings down a hammer and hits the strings. A harpsichord had basically, you press down the key and the mechanism plucks the string, as if you would with a guitar pick. And you release the key, and the system just mutes the string. And that was it. That was on and off for the sound. There was no way of doing dynamics. Dynamics is just how loud or how quiet the instrument can be played until the pianoforte. So for me, hearing them both at the same time is always such a lovely sound, which in my opinion is kind of a it's not a transition, like it's a mix of both worlds. It's like a generational, like generations meet kind of thing. It's really cool. Let's see where it goes. Back we go. Okay, so now we repeat again. We add the drums and we added a more in your face bass. Very nice. Very good. Like we're just giving the motif, letting you enjoy it. Now let's put some drum and bass on this. Let's see where it goes. Let's see how it ends. Very cool. There we go. We go back to this theme over here with the Tutti. Ooh. And now we've entered outro territory. The piece is about to end. We had this quick moment of just highlighting the melodies off the ramp. We continue off, and let's see how it ends. Really good cadence. And you end it there. And you end it probably loops. It probably loops. And there you go. We that was fun. So yeah, we have a quick chromatic cadence. Not really chromatic, like kind of breaking down. The whole thing is breaking down. We bring up the whole thing. We just bring out the melody, and we create a half cadence. A half cadence. So when it comes to music, once again, you can do one of two. You're doing one of two things. You're building tension, or you are resolving that tension. That point in between, I can, if I could make an arrow, that I can't. I'm just gonna draw the circle. It's called a cadence. And what we did just now is we did a half cadence. Half cadence just means that it does not resolve. The chord does not resolve, because this is made so that this section 1 ends here, section 2 starts with the resolution. And in this case, let me see. Let me bring this back here. Oh wait, no. So I have to be more specific with the clicking. Okay. And there you go. That's how it loops, and then this continues looping and looping and looping. However, the piece actually having the ending as that half cadence, it works. It works. And there you go. There you go. That was fun. That was fun. That was Attack of the Killer Queen from the Deltarune Chapter 2 soundtrack by Toby Fox. That was fun. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So if you're watching this on the YouTube archive video thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, become a member, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Support this channel as much as you want, not at your expense though. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it down below in the description. If you want to request a song and you're not on the live stream, go to the Discord. It is linked down below, the LFA requests channel. Follow the instructions on the pinned messages. And if you want to check out the streams when they happen live, we aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European Time. If you want to know what time that is for you, the Discord and the Twitch, both linked in the description, have the stream schedule in your local time zone, and it's the complete schedule with whatever updates we might have. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel where we put the VODs of our after shows whenever they happen. Games Are Basterd, link down below, or just search for Games Are Basterd. Same username as James Basterd, just swap the J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. That was good, man. That was good. That was Attack of the Killer Queen. Really, really good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. But yeah, let's move on.